Hey, this is Kathy with Kitty for Crafts. So I am into this hydroponic gardening as well. So you know I do diamond painting, cross stitch, latch hook, Legos. And so I've still got 4 crafts, but this is actually this new thing I'm working on and doing. So I'll have to show you a little later my hope garden that I have over there. But right now I'm going to unbox my new one. And so I got a gray half box. I just took it out of the box so that you wouldn't have to see me struggle, because the struggle is real to get it out of the box. And then let me tell you about it. It's a 14 pod, 2 mod lights, quiet pump, hydroponic garden system. The model I got is an AGV-1. It's got a 5-liter water tank and adjustable height. So let me take this, and this is what it looks like. I got, it says black. Yeah, black. And then you can hear my dog outside, sorry. I think that's all. All right, so there's that. And so here's the, see, I already tore it up. The box, so we're gonna put that in there, that in there. So I guess it is black, but I don't know. I feel like it's brown. Anyway. And then I'll show you the system I've got and how the other one's set up. Okay, so it comes with, so this is new for me too for this version, because I don't know how this one works. This is fancy. So it comes with this instruction kit, which is kind of neat. So it's going to have 14 sponges, 14 baskets, 14 grow domes, 14 tags, light blocking stickers, the fertilizer, plant food, an adapter, and the tweezers. So it does not come with any of your seeds. Okay, so you have to plant your own seeds, which I think is nice because you don't know where these seeds have been and how long this has been sitting in storage. So you would want to get your own seeds. All right, so I'll set that over there. So this is the system. I'll pull it that way so you can see how it looks. And then at the top here, it has the power button, the pump, veggies, fruit and veggies, and the light. Now, if this is set up like my other one, the light button should be on for 16 hours and off for 8 hours. Let me see. Light. Period for germinating and sprouting. 12 hours on, or 14 hours on, or 16 hours on. And then it operates on a cycle. So you have a photo period setting, which is 12, 14, 16, or 18 hour light mode. Display the temperatures, and then it also is going to tell us when I started germinating these. So this over here has an actual light for over here in this little section. So when we get ready to turn on, we'll see that by recording how long I have been planting, which is kind of cool. And then an on and off button, and then the power button for the pump. So once you turn this on, the pump button is going to come on automatically. And what happens is the pump button will run as long, like every 30 minutes. So what that does is going to circulate the air, the water flow. So then this is, let's see how tall this gets, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know. Oh, okay, that's how tall it is. So it doesn't say how tall this sucker gets. Maybe it does, I don't know. But from here to here, so whatever I'm planting can be only from this spot to about right here, because we don't want it touching any of the lights. Look at that, y'all. These are all the lights. So you're going to have different color lights, blue light, white light, yellow light, and those lights are going to correspond to what you're planting, whether it's veggie or whether it is fruits and flowers. I haven't done flowers yet. All right, so if you come closer here, this has 14 holes. What you don't want to do is plant 14 items, okay? So I'm probably going to do like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And that's going to be lettuce. I'm only planting lettuce this time. Here, if you walk with me over this way. This is my hope garden. Please don't ask me what these 2 are in the comments, because I'm not going to lie to you, I don't remember. Because I was a dodo and did not plant, didn't write on the plant what it was. This is a tomato plant, and that's a tomato plant back here. But these are peppers of some sort. And then I decided to add in on the 22nd a lavender and a rosemary here. So what you do, and I'll show you on this one, but we can go back and look at this one. You're going to literally plant your seed in here, place the cover over it, and then place your dome over it. This is like a little garden, like a, what are those things called? Greenhouse gardens. My husband's filming this for me today, so thanks. So greenhouse garden. And so you have, this one only has 3 milliliters of water, or liters of water. And you actually can see, if you look real close, there you go, my roots coming in. So those are this, and then the food that came with it, and which I'll show you here as well. There's your plant food. This one's clear, and then you have another plant food, which is yellow. And then I have a fancier High Thrive plant food that I use as well. And this right here is just me making a mark on how long these two have been germinating, which they're going to take 14 to 28 days, and the rosemary can even take up to 40 days. So I kind of got a little hash mark going here, which is something cool about the new one we got. And then up here you can see how this one works. So the light is on 16 hours and it goes off, and then the pump's on for 30, pump's off for 30. That's how it cycles. So pump is on right now. You can't even hear it. And then it's on vegetables because that's what I'm growing right now, even though I have the herbs going, but these are just all the vegetables. So it stays on, and it does, like I said, 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, 16 on, 8 hours off. Okay, so that's how that's set up. We're gonna set this one up the same way, but I also ran and got my, there we go, here to, let me go here to here. So that's gonna be right at 13.5 inches is how big this gets. Yeah, 13.5 inches. And I guess you can kind of, you know, prop this up to do things as well. But let's come in here and see what's all in here. Okay. Okay. So we'll pull all this out. And this has already got some hookups going on back here, so let me pull that off. Pull that out and pull this out. Okay, so this wire is already hooked up for us in the back, and I'll show you the back. So it's already hooked up. That's to the pump. And this one here is to the outlet. So hooked up here. And then this, I'm gonna guesstimate does this. Probably so. We'll double check. But that's how this is, and this is how deep it is. This one also does not have, like the other one. My other one has a Hope Garden that I have has a button back here that I can just unplug it and let the water drain out. I have seen folks that just turn it off and unplug it from the back and then just dump the water out. So that's what I'll be doing with this one. But this is your thing. It has a filter here, and this is like my fish tank, so it's pretty cool. So you can just change those. Those are easily washable though, so you can do those. And then you just kind of push it down so it filters. And then you can unscrew this to help clean that off, which is awesome that it does that. Okay, so that's that part. Again, this is just for the hookup. So let's move this way. And you can see there's a 5 liter max right there. So this means that you're gonna have 5 liters of water in here at one time, which is gonna be good. So this looks like plant food, yep. And it's the same brand that I already have, which is cool. So there's your plant food, plant A and plant B. And really it's not A and B. You're gonna take these, you're gonna fill it up with the water to this line right about here. And you're gonna shake them up. And then it's 5 liters. As long as you got 5 liters of water in here, the instructions down here tell you that if you have 5 liters of water, you'll have 20 of A and 20 of B. But this one stops at 4. So you're gonna add an additional 10. So you're gonna put 30 of each of these in there, okay? And then just so that you know, this is graduated on here for you. So you do is just fill this up twice and then you're gonna dump it in the hole. All right, so that's the food. I'll just set this off to the side. And put that in the trash. So then this is cool because this is your baskets. In your baskets, you have your pods. So when you open them up, you're gonna soak these pods for 5 minutes, and then they just drop right in there, and then they drop right in there. And then you will take your dome, like you saw on my other one. Let me grab one. And you'll take the dome. So you got, and then you're gonna put 2 to 3 seeds in here. And then you'll put a cover over it. Let me grab a cover. So this is the covers that came with it. You'll put a cover over that. And then you'll put that over top, like you saw in that other one. And then ta-da. And then you'll just wait for whatever you got going to germinate. Now, some seeds places tell you that they want you to soak the seeds for a day or two. Some people are like, you don't need to do that. I have not soaked anything over there. I just kind of planted them. So, and as you saw, that one tomato plant it just went haywire. So that's good. All right. Let me see here if this one does not. Okay, so let's go over that real quick. This is the thing to cover your watering hole, and it tells you right here how to water. So you just pour the water in here. So that's that cover. There's 14 of these little, these are lettuce, or I'm planting lettuce, and I'll show you the box for that, but you plant those like that, and you can just write on there, lettuce, what kind of lettuce you're planting. So those are cool. Now what this one does not come with are covers for these holes. So I am, because you don't want the water to evaporate out, what I do not cover, like I said, I'm only gonna put 2, 4, 6, probably 8. I will cover these as such. So I'm probably gonna use that one and that one. And so I'll cover this one, this one, this one. So mine will look like this because it didn't come with these little covers. And so I might have to get some of those and show you again later. But yeah, because what you don't want is this to not have a cover over it, because then you have water evaporation and that can cause algae in your plants, and you don't want the algae because that's nasty. So that is that part. So I'll also show you this. So this is what I got, which is really cool. I like the fact it comes with this, and it has these cool little, uh-oh, I dropped them. These little holes so that you can put it in there and you can tell what you grew, because otherwise you would forget. So I got that. So that's how cool these are, and that's what came with it. If you plug it up, let me plug this up so you guys can see what it looks like at the top for the, there we go. And that's how low I'm gonna have it when I first germinate. Okay, so I just kind of moved over real quick so that you guys can see how this works. So here's your power button. I'm plugged in. So we're just gonna hit power. So don't have water in it, don't forget, guys. So I'm gonna unplug the pump. Maybe, there we go. All right, no water, so that's how loud it is with no water. All right, so now it's just gonna tell you about the timing, the number, day 0 on days of planting, vegetable or wet, so I can hit this button here. And now we have moved to fruit and flower, and then vegetable. So check out the lights. Let me flip that just a little bit. So that's on vegetable. And then you should see the light change for the flower. And then you can also do light for nighttime, light for daytime, whatever you want to do with that. But I will tell you that when you plug it up, it will let you know. And then there's the pump button. Again, when you turn it on, the pump button's going to come on automatically. and then it's going to run for 30 minutes and then go off. But that's how fancy the top is. I haven't taken the plastic off yet, but just like that, and then you can just turn the power off. So that's the setup for that. And I think that's it for this. Let me show you over here the lettuce I'm gonna plant. So last thing is the plants. So I'm using the mixed lettuce collection this time. It's gonna have American Fast lettuce, Paris Island lettuce, butter crunch, and red romaine lettuce. Germination is guaranteed. I got this from M Bloom. It is made here in the USA. They're USDA organic. I prefer to use organic seeds. Everyone's got their own gig, so whatever. But these are made here in the US. Grow fresh, smart, and grow simple is their little motto. But you see it says hydroponic kit on here. So when you open it up, and this is what's funny, there's more of these. Every time if you get a kit like this, they're gonna come with your pods. Again, you're gonna soak them for 5 minutes. Again, here are these. So these look a little different. They're the same. Okay, they all fit the same, as you can see. Okay, and they just drop in no matter what you do. So those are those, and then these came with it. Here's some more of the little domes to make your little greenhouse effect. And then this one came with A and B, again, food. And you can see it's gonna be yellow, just like the one we have over here, okay? So plant food is plant food. Again, theirs is organic enough that you wanna use that. And this one tells you on here, if you're having 5 mLs of 5 mLs, you can tell I'm a nurse, 5 liters of water, then you're gonna have this milliliters 25 plus 25. So that's how this one works. But let's talk about the seeds. So this one here is a kit. Put those back in here. And it came with this. And so here's your, mixed lettuce collection. And it tells you again what's in here. And then when you open it up, there's your seeds in the tweezers. So you can see your seeds there. And so this one's the American Fast. Here's your Paris, your red romaine, and then your butter crunch. And then what they want you to do, now this one here says that you don't have to, but they think that it's cool and recommended that you set these in like a napkin, literally. You'll place them in a row, and then you'll wet this, and then wet this, and then let them sit for a day. Not necessary, but it says that they can make sure that it will go ahead and germinate. I feel like it's gonna be in the water. I'm gonna soak these out the wazoo, and then I'm gonna get these wet. So what I did was I had this wet, and while I'm setting up the whole garden, I would have them on there and then pick them up and put them in their thing. That's what I did. I didn't let them sit for a couple of days, but everyone's different. So I haven't had any problem with germination over here. I did have one that didn't do anything, but I think I goofed up, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I put anything in it. So they all come with tweezers. I don't know, you know, they're plants, but you're only gonna put 2 or 3 inside each of these little pods. So of this, let's say American Fast, I'm only gonna put 2 or 3 seeds in there. So see how many seeds are in here? It's a whole bunch. You're only gonna put 2 or 3 in this little bitty hole. That's all you're putting in here. And then you're gonna cover it up with those little things, and then you're gonna be done. So it's not like you're ever gonna run out of seeds. It's just, you're just not. There's plenty of them. So just FYI, that's what I'm doing in my new kit, which is my grade half garden. That's what I'm gonna be working on. And then what I'll like to do is I will get it set up. I'm gonna have to have my husband, well, no, not him, my son, bring up the other table that goes next to this one. I turn mine on, mine cut, what time? Mine comes on at 7 o'clock in the morning and goes off at 11 o'clock at night. So this way it doesn't interfere with anything. They are bright lights. So, I mean, like, you don't need a night light. So I wouldn't set this up in your room unless, your bedroom, unless you wanted a night light. But, I don't know. I think that's a lot of light. So anyway, I have mine set that way. But just FYI, what I'm gonna try to do is bring you along the journey as we see that they grow. So the next time you see it, it will be set up, running, with all the domes and everything going on. And then I'll wait a couple times and then we'll see stuff grow. So normally you see me doing diamond painting. You'll still see that, but I will take you along for the ride. I'll probably do shorts for just so that you can see how things are going. But until next time, thanks for the journey. Thanks for doing everything with me. Stay cool, stay doing you. Keep on diamond painting, but hey, grow something. It's gonna be fun. Have a good one. Bye, guys.